Well, my husband woke me up as he does every morning, and this time he had some breakfast for me, and he says, "Good morning, sweetie, happy birthday." And I looked at him and said, "Oh my God, I'm 50 today." So I sat up, and as I sat up, I said to myself, how did I get to 50? Well, when I was 5 years old, I remember falling asleep in front of the television, and my dad would come and scoop me up and be taking me to bed with my legs dangling, and he'd put me in, and then my mom would be following behind, and she would tuck me into the bed, and she would, give me my night-night kisses, and I was awake, but of course I had to fake that I was asleep because I was really enjoying all of that. Well, it doesn't seem that long ago when I was 6. When I was 6, I had a big trauma. We had a lot of kids in our neighborhood. We, in my backyard, had the only swing and slide set. And so one day, all the kids from all over the neighborhood came, and we were all playing on the unit together. So it happened to be me that was sitting on the top with my hands, groping the sides. And all of a sudden, my thumb is burning, my hand is burning, I'm screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" You see, 2 metal bars had squished my finger in between them as the thing collapsed. My father comes again, he scoops me up, my mother grabs a handkerchief and wraps it around, putting the 2 fingers together, and they're running to the front where our neighbor is ready to drive us to the hospital. That is the first time and only time that I ever saw my father cry. It doesn't seem that long ago when I was 9. Boy, when I was 9, I got my first pair of pants. It wasn't just any pair of pants, it was a lime green pantsuit. And with that lime green pantsuit, I had a fabulous bow that I could put on my ponytail. Boy, was I gorgeous that day. Well, it wasn't too long ago when I was 13. When I was 13, my parents announced that they were going to get a divorce, that we were all getting a divorce. That wasn't any surprise to me. But I remember the sleepless nights thinking about, my mom cannot possibly bring up 7 kids on her own. So from that day, I felt, I'm on my own. Well, high school graduation was like a moment away. I had my beautiful white flowing gown. I had my silky blue cap and gown, and I had some gorgeous guy leading me by the hand, thinking that I was a princess also. U of A, here I come. Can you believe that January 1st was 30 years ago? I was stepping onto a Greyhound bus in Tucson, Arizona. That's my hometown. I had $30 in my pocket and 2 pair of Levi jeans. California, here I come. 20 years ago is ridiculous to think that the 90s were 20 years ago. In the 90s, I worked hard, I traveled the world, and I found me a husband. In the 90s, I worked hard, I worked even harder, and I found out the importance of peace of mind. Now, Y2K, I shared with Carlos Santana and my friends in Vegas. Boy, am I glad the world didn't end that day. Now, one of the reasons why I'm glad that the world didn't end that day, because it feels like yesterday, when I was granted a miracle from God, and a beautiful baby child came down from heaven, and he has been the light of our lives and has brought a lot of joy to our family. And so when I say, "Donnie," he says, "Mommy, I'm 8. I am a boy. I am not a baby. Okay, son. A day later, I'm doing it again. So, as I look back, I have never really done a lot of reflecting. After all, being a child of divorce, I was a realist, or I am a realist. I take things as they come. But on my 50th birthday last November, I had to sit down and pause, and as I sat and I pondered, I said to myself, how did I get to 50? It seems like yesterday when I was 5. Madam Toastmaster?